Bonjour, motherfuckers. It is I, the Renegade Master, and I am back once again with the ill behavior. We are gathered here today to play a game of Mage the Ascension, a game of magic, mystery, and philosophical knife fights. I am your king, your god, your storyteller, Patrick Groome, and here to listen in silence to the tale I weave. I have some players. First of all, the roaster of trolls, the player of roles. It's Jasmine, that bronze girl, Bhullar. Second, our father who art in Redmond. It's the DM daddy himself, Jerry Holkins. Third, art, director, power, projector. It's Kiko Villaseñor. And last but not least, for Child's Play, she brings the money, but for Penny Arcade, she brings us the funny. It's Tabitha Sheehan.
That's ill behavior right there. I mean, I think technically we can.
I warned you that I was back once again with the ill behavior.
Yeah, I should have.
There was a warning.
I should have made a note, and that's obviously that's on me.
Yeah.
When last we saw our heroes, they had just solved the mystery of the Raven saxophonist, facing down a were spider to bring him back his spirit egg. It's a fucking weird game.
Yep.
In questioning Lily, the were spider, it became clear that there were other mysteries surrounding the chantry, or the so-called animal house. What other mysteries await us? Who put this? Who was responsible for the stealing of the egg and the placing of Lily in this trap? Let us burden our souls with these secrets together. Now, it is pretty late by the time you got back to the chantry and gave the egg back to Ricky the Maelstrom Kavanaugh. Since you are puny humans, you will at some point need to sleep, and it is now about 3 a.m.
Now, Patrick, I mean, obviously, a lot of my experience with the game is from, in high school and so forth. In that version, mages slept upside down like bats. And I don't know if that's still in the game, or I don't know if that's still a big part of it.
In 5th edition, it's only really put across that one must sleep starfish fashion.
Oh, okay. So the orientation isn't necessary.
No, it's just anything as long as it's as long as you're in a starfish, you should be fine.
Okay.
It can cause interpersonal problems, of course. A little give and take.
Twin beds are out then, I guess.
Yeah, no twin beds.
Yeah, no twin beds. You've got to be, unless you want to be flailing over the side. It's one of the reasons why, mages just don't make friends.
No.
Mages don't make friends?
Mages don't make good bedfellows?
Yeah, mages make poor bedfellows. Indeed.
Okay.
That old saw.
We're still friendly people. We don't.
Yeah.
We need a California king. California king bed.
Yeah.
As you come down from the roof, you are met by your new friend, Steve the Vampire, who says, "So, I guess Ricky's gone then. I got to tell you, while you're out, Gilgood's been busy at my behest, preparing all of your quarters. Francesca, your lab, I believe, is completed, and the package that arrived for you this morning has been opened and put into the appropriate place."
Did I have a package?
Oh yeah. You had a package. Did Gilgood not mention it? Yeah. There was a large package. It was pretty rough to get it up to the lab, but the infinite powers of the undead.
Well, he might have mentioned it, but I should tell you just to help you in any interactions we might have in the future. I lead a very rich interior life.
Oh, I understood. Yeah, I mean that's why I figured you needed the lab, right? In fact, the lab is it seems your sleeping quarters. There's a bunk in there. We always wondered what that was for, and I guess it's for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to make a thorough examination of these quarters.
Marjory, of course, you have the run of the library should you want it. There's no longer a terrifying monster in there, and also you have your own quarters separate to that. And Hugo, you have your own quarters where you can do, Hugo stuff.
Focus on that.
You I'm sensing some tension between us, so I made sure you had the biggest room. You know, that's my little way of making things up to you.
It'll make it.
And of course, Flossie, we made sure that the fridge was stocked in your room. So if you want Coca-Cola, caffeine-free, because I know it's late, or any kind of pop, we got those sodas with the ball on the top that you push them through. Those are really fun.
Pop.
I'm not your pop. No. I'm
Like,
Steve.
Never mind. I just storm off to the room.
Okay. So Steve is as good as his words. Your quarters are all sort of very, very nice, pretty luxurious, except for you, Francesca. Yours is a bunk in a laboratory, which was suggested that might be what you wanted, in fact. And in the laboratory, of course, the package that arrived was your beloved friend Gregoire the octopus.
Oh, exquisite! Oh, this is a reunion. This is what this episode is about.
Gregoire is delighted to see you. He puts all of his arms up against the glass and pushes his little octopus face up and goes.
I know. And we're of one mind on this. I can assure you, Gregoire. Yeah, I mean the task is ongoing, to be sure. But let's say that it's just to further embroider this weirdo I've invented. It has to be like a bunk situation where it's like the bed that we got for Ronya is basically the same bed that I want to have for my character in this game, where it's like the upper part is a bunk, but the lower bunk is not a bunk, but is like actually like a desk work area.
Sure. Yeah.
So it's like this bizarre, like it's situated right at like the corner of like laboratory and like 14-year-old.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you want to roll right out of bed and get to work.
Exactly. And it's just this is what has worked for me up until now, and it's a policy that I'm going to maintain.
Now, as you're getting settled into your quarters, Flossie, you receive a phone call. I know it's pretty late. From Kima.
Oh. Hello?
Hey, Flossie. I was wondering, are you coming home tonight, or because I didn't know how long you were going to be out. I don't want to bother you. I know your particular situation, but I also, need to know where you are in case Child Protective Services come around.
I'm having a slumber party with some friends, basically. So
sure, that is absolutely plausible.
Not a lie.
It doesn't. You could text if you wanted to. That would be fine. Just to let me know so I don't worry. I know you can look after yourself, but just a thing for the future. Just you text me if you're going to be out until 3:30 a.m. so that I'm not up till 3:30 a.m.
Okay. Mom.
Well, I mean, you can call me Mom if you like. I'm
being sarcastic, but yes, I will make sure to text more often.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I apologize. I recognize that was a flaw that I made or an error that I made. I apologize.
Okay. You have a good one, and don't get too drunk, sweetie.
Okay. Thanks. I just do the don't say goodbye, just hang up thing.
Yeah. There we go. Now, does anyone have anything they want to do before I just realized that Jasmine has an octopus on her mug.
Yeah, Gregoire. Yep. She's repping the brand.
This kind of brand synergy we have going on here.
I know.
It's potent.
Does anyone have any business they would like to take care of before they go to sleep?
I mean, I've got it all set up here. I mean, I'm +1 octopus. The laboratory basically sets itself up.
Yeah. It's a good lab too.
I'm gold.
Okay.
I want to pick through the library like a little bit.
Yeah, it's a pretty well appointed library. Like, this is a library for people who like know their shit to some degree. You can understand why there was at least the hint of forbidden knowledge to be found here for Lily's curse. This is for people in the know. This isn't the stuff that you will just find at a magical bookshop. This is worthy of a member of the Order of Hermes.
Really?
Is there anything in particular you'd like to look over?
Yeah. Is there anything here that talks about Circle and Kindred and how they don't fit into the wheel?
Sure.
Some
So
research.
you're looking for kind of like the Youth and Artois response to vampires.
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
just some literature I could maybe leave in front of Hugo's door. Just some literature about,
Sure.
Just a reminder.
In order to find the
tools.
right stuff,
In case you need
I'm going to say in this case that rather than academics, you're using your knowledge of the occult to already know which tomes to find.
Mm-hmm.
So give me an intelligence and occult roll.
That's a lot of dice, Patrick. Thankfully, I had them on hand.
Oh, is that going to be pretty healthy? Yeah, we got a lot of brainiacs, I think, in this party, probably.
Mm-hmm. Too many, some would say.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be a shocker, but apparently an order named after Hermes is a bunch of nerds. Who would have guessed it? I got 3 successes.
Well, we gotta like that.
So that's plenty. You find a great book on the Chakravarti's teachings on the circle and how it responds to vampires and indeed ways of killing vampires.
Perfect. I'm gonna bookmark that page.
Well, and unique vampire recipes I'd enjoy.
Well, how to make vampire soup. Spells that might work on vampires. Some of the tricks to working magic on vampires, such as the fact that the sphere of life is not at all useful, and in fact the sphere of matter is what is needed.
That is very good. I'm gonna put like a big. I don't really have a bookmark, so it's like a folded up receipt from like QFC or Safeway. But I'm gonna put that like right on the page that says the sphere of life isn't useful, and close it. And just give Hugo's door a little knock and be like, I brought you something in case you couldn't sleep. Just some light bed reading.
You interrupt Hugo in the act of setting up his little mini altar that he always does when he goes to a new place. And you can get a little bit of an indication as to the Mama's Boy thing because it's all Virgin Mary stuff. It's like a little sort of Virgin Mary cult thing. There's a figurine. There's multiple Our Lady of Guadalupe candles. So just come to the door and thank you. Takes the book.
I see you've made yourself at home. Very nice.
Yes,
in here.
I'm ready now.
Good. Yeah, I left a little bookmark in there for you. Just some light bedtime reading,
Okay, I'll look at it right now.
Just in case you want to kill this fucking vampire. Everything you need here, really. The bookmark is like stuff like garlic. It's like all the stuff is on the receipt. If you need any of the objects on this list, you ask
holy
me.
Water.
The water, holy.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the local Safeway.
PCC. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's why you get the good stuff. That's why this holy water tastes bad and was expensive. So if no one else has any other business before they go to sleep, you retire for the evening. And what are we talking about in terms of early rises here? Are you all going to just kind of sleep through till 10 or 11? It is pretty late.
No.
I'll probably wake up about 9.
My body just trains itself to wake up at the same time, 8 o'clock every day.
So if you're up before 8, you may get up before the frat boys have completely finished cooking your breakfast. So I'll
help them.
So as you go downstairs, you see Thorsten. He's like, "Oh, my bro, you have totally gotten up too early. We did not think you were going to be up on time. This is kind of early, so we have not fully finished your breakfast yet. I hope that is okay."
You're making me breakfast?
Yeah. Sure, like you're like our guests, and that's like a thing we like to do here. We take turns. Everyone makes breakfast for everyone else for a week, and this is my week. So, yeah. Like, how do you like your eggs?
It's rather sweet. Poached.
Yeah, like we're nice guys. I like to think. but not like nice guys.
Yeah, that's a different category.
But like good guys, you know? We try. Steve is like super good at like coaching us to be better people.
I don't
Steve.
know about this.
Yeah. He's
coaches-
asleep, man. So he doesn't really come down for breakfast.
Well,
He gets up late.
have you ever seen Steve eat anything at all?
I've seen him drink, you know. He's more of a drinker than an eater, if you know what I mean. Like beer,
Right.
it's like liquid bread, right? That's all you need.
Fermented, but
Yeah.
I suppose.
Or whiskey. Because you're Scotch. Anyway, I'll get your waffles. And he kind of busies himself. Everyone else is up, just kind of wandering around. Everyone's looking a little bit hungover, and there's some awkwardness about the fact that, you know, this frat house is a lot more full than it was the previous day. But people are trying to be chill.
Your fly is open. Don't want to see that every morning.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was not
Put your haggis
intending
away.
to give you a show. So I guess you stopped the saxophone guy. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, even Steve couldn't do that. So pretty good. Well, what are you guys gonna kill a crocodile next?
Are you sure it's a crocodile?
I'm pretty sure it's a crocodile. I mean, Steve says it's a dinosaur, but
Dinosaur.
yeah, that's what he says. But you know, Steve is in his imagination. I guess he doesn't really have much of an imagination, except for this one thing where he's certain that it's a dinosaur.
Have you got any photos of it? Pictures?
Oh no. That's there's not a lot of light in there, to be honest. Like almost no light.
Well,
How can you be sure it's a dinosaur?
that's job one.
Well, I mean, it's Steve that says it's a dinosaur. The crocodile, like we went in with flashlights and saw a crocodile. You know what? You're right to correct me. Could be an alligator. But it's for sure some kind of terrifying lizard that we did not want to get into the frat house on account of it would maybe eat us.
But wasn't there another issue?
Oh, the flooded basement, sure. And the rat guy down there.
Rat guy?
Yeah, we call him Rat.
Rat guy. This is a person who is a rat?
Yeah, he has been like, I think he's having a hard time, so we'll like leave him down there. He insists on keeping the place flooded, but I don't know. He doesn't cause me any trouble, you know. He pretty sure he steals food, but that's about it, you know.
Can it
He's,
be good for the mold?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like Steve said he didn't want to deal with him after the dinosaur stuff. He said he would, and the sexophanist. He said he was just going to leave it. Are you up now, Francesca?
Oh yeah, for sure. She doesn't. I don't think that she really sleeps. I think that she like lays down in bed, closes her eyes, and then gets an idea for something, and then has to immediately get up and then I don't think that she takes the jacket off. Even I think that she like lays down and then closes her eyes and then gets up and then goes back down the ladder.
Absolutely. Yeah, that makes perfect sense
I know
to me.
people like her that are like, they say they can't sleep, but they're like on social media and they'll be posting and then they'll sleep and then they'll post again and then they'll sleep.
Yeah,
and they'll post again. So you just never know when they're awake or asleep.
well, and that's you know, obviously she's always working toward building the brand.
Mhm.
So Patrick, so I you know, insert myself in this conversation. I say, is the rat person connected in some way to the crocodile? Is this crocodile from those damp realms?
Oh no, the crocodile's in the sunroom, so they're pretty far apart. I don't know. They could be connected, I guess. It's just, you know, we have some problems around here we haven't really been able to solve.
To clarify,
Yeah.
Well, rat
does this
guy.
man act like a rat or does he look like one?
He said his name was Rat.
His name is Mr. Rat, and
Yeah, so we call him
Furry?
Rat.
Does he have fur? Is he a furry?
No, he's kind of like going a little bit bald on top. He's kind of a hairy guy, but he's not like literally a rat. No, he's just like a weird dude.
I think he's
He's
right.
not at all friendly. Kind of looks like he like carries a lot of secret knives.
Is he pale at all?
He's pretty pale, yeah.
Wherever he isn't covered by a thick black mat of hair.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think his hair is actually a little thinner than he would like, probably.
From my knowledge of occult matters and kindred matters, and knowing, would I know that rat is slang for Nosferatu? I know that as a player.
Well, give me an occult roll. Give me an intelligence.
Empire books all night.
But I'm going to say that like specific vampire knowledge like that is quite rare. So I might say that's a difficulty of 4.
Yeah, inside baseball type stuff, right?
Yeah.
Can I use my intelligence or my mind to boost this roll?
Oh yeah, you absolutely can. So you want to do an arret roll first. That is, so I'm going to slightly change the way I do this.
Okay.
Where instead of it's going to be how many successes you get on that roll, you're going to decide how many points you want, how many paradox dice you want to add. So you're adding to the strength of the roll with paradox dice. So if you want an extra 3 dots on the roll, you're going to add 3 paradox dice to your pool.
To the arret?
Yeah, so you're going to go use your arret and occult.
Okay.
And your paradox, your amount of paradox dice is going to be how much you want to increase your intelligence.
So it's a choice.
Yeah. It's like, how much do you want to like get that mind going?
I'm going with 3 paradox dice.
3 is good because once you get to more than above human levels, it can start to get, reality gets a little bit more fucky.
And so these only matter if I crit on them or I get no successes, correct?
Yeah. Or if you fail on one and get no successes.
Okay.
If you get a 0 on a paradox dice, it becomes permanent paradox.
I only got 2 successes. I didn't get successes or failures on the.
Okay. So you succeed on your roll and you get 3 extra dice on your intelligence and occult roll. So you're rolling 9 dice.
Healthy.
And I want to say that's 9 in English and not 9 in German.
Right.
Which would be no dice.
Yes, 0 dice.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I rolled very well.
Ooh.
Because crits count as 4.
Yeah, if they come in a pair, it counts as 2.
So, I actually didn't roll that well.
It
5.
counts as 4, sorry, yeah.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
4
because I got a
successes if you
pair
got
of
a
crits
crit.
and 1 success.
Okay, so you got plenty of successes. You got 5. You are pretty much aware that like the Nosferatu do sometimes refer to themselves as the rats. You could have a decent conversation probably with a Nosferatu where they might be impressed about your knowledge.
Right, but this explains why he's not. So there's some kind of intra-vampire situation happening in the house also.
Maybe when I did the life detection thing,
Yeah.
I actually didn't use life detection. I used something else. I'm trying to remember what I used.
You looked at for people's emotions.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I did like an emotion detector and I detected great sadness, a sense of loss, and then like 2 other things. So
you got two great senses of loss and 1 sense of deep sadness.
Yes, and the 2 great senses of loss, I did. Marjory doesn't know, but Bronze knows. Is usually like, I've lost my humanity. I'm kindred now.
Could be, yeah.
I'm sad. Whereas, mages are happy
I'm a
people.
vampire.
That's what they all sound like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this knowledge or impart this knowledge onto Francesca.
Okay.
Oh,
and
about
let her
the.
know
But this
might be an inter-vampire dispute.
Yeah, this is some taxonomical information about vampires. Yeah, I make a quick note. Luckily, that I say just for your purpose, I see no reason why, independent of the vampire's political affiliation, there's nothing to indicate that they'll be any safer from the Sun Crusher. The Sun Crusher is a very democratic weapon in that respect.
Good to know. You know what I have found though? Typically, if this creature in the basement is indeed a Nasa, they might be more forthcoming with
Then
information.
Steve.
Yes, in my few interactions with vamps, they're usually slimy, but
Moist.
Lord of the Rings style. Those who look foul feel fair. I've noticed.
Interesting.
We might have more luck with old boy downstairs than with Steve regarding the theft of the egg and other happenings in the house.
Well, I mean, allies, friends, where do our interests lie? I understand there is a subterranean creature, and there is also a
Wait till
a
Hugo
reptile.
finds out that there's 2 biters in the house. And
Not gonna just like there's
Are you coming
multiplying
down
by
the
the
stairs?
second. Yeah, no, I'm coming
Yeah.
downstairs.
Hugo
Just
and
coming
Flossie,
in
I'm
and just-
imagining you
Oh.
can now smell the delicious breakfast. Like every possible kind of breakfast smell is kind of like
Even
originating
over
from
my
the
wake and
slumber at this
bake.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Marjory, my suspicion that as a young girl, there was a rat that often found its way into our bathroom via a series of pipes that had been insufficiently closed behind the restroom, behind the toilet. And at one point, I did take our tabby malefactor and put him into the bathroom and simply close the door. Is it possible there is a Hugo Nosferatu scenario where we simply open the door to the basement, we tell Hugo that perhaps we tell him that his grandmother is in the basement.
I'm right here.
Yeah, Hugo's behind you as you're saying this.
Perhaps we say, Hugo, your grandmother is downstairs. I know that he has a great affection for the woman, and my feeling is that, Hugo, one moment. I am trying to decide what to tell you. My thinking is that this is it's a sort of a 1 + 1 = 1 kind of scenario. I think it's going to be quick work.
It could be a good idea.
Hugo, your grandmother is here.
She is? How do you know my grandmother?
We are known to one another. We frequent the same online communities. She plays Warzone, and we have dropped together. And she is. I understand that she is down there now, and there is a problem with the Wi-Fi. So, if you could please handle that.
Hugo, how do you respond?
Can I have breakfast first?
I'm sure it's fine. And then I think that it's done. I think that I have actually resolved this problem, and I am going to go over and listen at the door of the sunroom so that I can try to ascertain exactly what kind of scrabbling claws are there.
Interesting. So the sunroom has been somewhat inexpertly boarded up. You would suspect that the frat boys themselves did this.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look like a particularly good job. It would probably keep in or out someone who doesn't have limitless power of the arcane. But you don't really hear much from inside. There's no scrabbling of claws. There's nothing going on. You don't know if the crocodile is asleep or something, but it doesn't seem to be making any noise.
Is it nearby where I am? Like the sunroom? Like I'm over here stuffing my face.
It's right by here.
Yeah, it's pretty close to the kitchen. Yeah.
What are you trying to do, Dr. Void, over there?
Precisely what I am endeavor to do in all things. Increase the scope of human knowledge. And I knock a few times on the door.
There is no response. You can sort of peer through the board, and you notice it is incredibly dark in there.
Still, even the sunroom has been.
The sunroom there's no sun coming into it. No, it's about I'm going to say about 10, 11 a.m. So that it should be pretty light in there. It is absolutely. It's not dark like this room would be dark if I turned off all the lights. It is dark like being trapped in a velvet box.
Yes, it is intentionally obscured.
Yeah.
Is there a way I can use my life magic to sense
To sense the life inside.
Yeah, and
Sense
does
crocodile.
and can I sense like what maybe the size of the life is?
Sure. You want to just
Okay.
give me so that would be if you're going to get high, since you wake and bake, I'm going to say that you're using your streetwise to get the
I'm always
appropriate-
prepared. I'm a Girl Scout.
Material components.
Now, if you want to do it at a decent, a little distance like that, I'm going to say you're going to need at least at least 2 paradox dice for range, and include your permanent paradox dice for a total of 4 paradox dice.
And how many dice total?
That is a ret plus streetwise, which is 7 dice.
Okay.
And since I'm imagining this is just you're seeing it through your own eyes, right?
Okay.
So this is a coincidental magic effect.
Yeah. You're not going.
Mark another permanent.
Ooh.
And I got
Could
4
you heap-
successes total.
You're
Okay.
heaping them up.
So you get a great sense of what's in there.
Okay.
And the
It's a
size
whole
indeed
ass
of it.
crocodile.
It's seems to you to be a human figure.
Oh.
There's something of life and something of something else in there, similar to when you observe the raven.
So it's alive, but something's off about
There's
it.
there's something else to it. You could probably intuit, as you did with the raven, that this is a half spirit creature, because that is your the biggest weakness in your perception. So you've sort of, as a detective, have figured that out.
While this is happening, Hugo sits down at the table next to Marjory, and he's just like, "Miss Marjorie, is Miss Francesca okay?"
Why do you ask?
She seems a little different than normal.
Well, you know, I think it's all that Monster energy drink.
Oh, that's understandable.
And
All night. Garana.
yeah, I think it, it's a good.
All right, then he starts digging into his waffle.
Yeah, absolutely. The food is pretty good. Like, it's all simply made.
Mhm.
It's all from a mix, but it's
Artisanal.
it's been made with a lot of love, and it's again just everything you could possibly want. All 4 frat boys are at the table with you, just talking about what they plan to do that day, which is all moronic shit. But you can just tell these guys are just all great friends. Like
We are going to jump off the roof.
Yeah, sure.
Just
Is that
to
what
see
you're
if
trying?
you can?
Yeah,
Jackass. It's going to be
Range.
jackass tier shit.
Mhm.
For sure.
yeah. But also, like, anytime someone says something like, I thought I might call that girl today. It's like, you should do it, bro. You're totally a great guy. She would be lucky to have you. And you're looking
I love
super
how
handsome
positive-
today.
I love how
It's so
positive,
positive.
this squad is. It's
Yeah.
this is all the work of Steve, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to call it before or after you throw yourself from the roof?
Well, I mean, we're not going to throw ourselves off the roof. I know it worked for the saxophone guy, but I think I'd probably splat. Unless we tied like a bungee cord around my waist. Dude, that would blow up on TikTok.
Fascinating.
I try not to apply my profundity of knowledge toward this task. I have bigger fish to conceptually fry in these matters. God, so we have 2 doors, and we can just open up either of these doors and have an adventure. I mean,
I share what I found out, that it doesn't seem to be a lizard shaped thing. It seems to be a human plus. Like,
but why are they so wrong?
I don't know that.
Right?
I'm curious about the creature I'm still curious about the creature in the basement.
I mean, we can hit up the basement.
Oh,
What's in the
also,
basement
Hugo,
again?
Your grandmother's not in the basement.
What's in the basement?
I
Oh,
think
thank
it's
God.
Another biter.
What?
I think, but that could be useful because maybe he knows something about what's in the sunroom, other than we go in there and God knows what jumps out.
You guys going in the basement? You gonna talk to the rat dude?
Is his name truly Rat?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think that part might be legit.
I mean, I've known someone named Rat back in my day.
Yes, we're going to the basement.
I'm going to the basement, apparently.
Yeah.
All right. So does anyone want to make any preparations, cast any spells before you go into the basement? Or
Make sure my gun's fully loaded.
I'm going to take an edible.
Take an edible.
By chance, get a moment to look at any of the literature I gave you, about specifically life sphere.
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
You know what I mean? Like, right? Some of this.
Like an asp?
I'm also going to remind Flossie that you are still currently blessed. So on your next roll, your critical threat is doubled.
What?
Because
so nines and basically nines and tens.
Cast the
oh yeah, that's right.
The luck I granted.
That's right. I was like, is this bad? What are you telling me?
No, it's really good. I think.
Yes.
Actually.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't apply it to your last roll, but I'll apply it to your next one.
Okay.
So, do you guys want to enter the basement? It's down a rickety.
Yeah, I mean, I think
stairs.
So. I think so.
The door is barred, but not like in a particularly strong way. It doesn't seem like they're too worried about the rat guy coming out. All right. So you open the door. Who's going to go in first? Who's taking point?
I mean, I think Hugo's got the highest level of interest.
Okay.
I guess I'll go first.
Yeah.
So you go.
It's daytime, so
daytime. You throw the door open. There's further stairs down, which is a good thing because this basement is pretty badly flooded. It's you imagine it will be like up to about calf level.
Okay, and it's just black mold, like the place.
Yeah, it really stinks in here too. It's pretty bad. You can see there's scratched writings on the wall. Someone has been marking off the days.
I mean, typically there's a light switch by the door.
Yeah, you flick the light on and it does turn on.
Okay.
But so far, it looks like the room is empty. It's just water, mold, scratchings on the walls, a terrifying smell.
Well,
something in the center of the room has been shrouded in a cardboard box in the middle of the room.
Dude, this is the lowest rent sarcophagus available. Oh my! This is you're painting a dark tale here, Patrick.
So how would you like to? What would you guys like to do next?
Yeah, it's during daytime, right? So he's gonna be sleeping.
The door so that there's no sunlight coming
behind us. Yeah.
Just out of we can always open it if we need to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I guess. Oh, my shoes.
Can I see maybe like what happened down here? Like what maybe like a past event or something?
Sure, you'll have to give me specifics.
Shoot, I don't know because I have to pick a time.
You kind of have to pick a time, yeah, because you see it in real time. You don't see it like you're doing the Doctor Strange thing where you I have seen 5,000 possibilities.
Yeah, that would be bananas.
You essentially scry through time. So you can hold on to that one and possibly
let me think about it.
Wait further clues.
Yeah. Can we discern anything from the scratching?
You would have to get closer up. You'd have to enter the room to look.
Can I do that?
Sure, yeah. So you wade in. For you, like the water is a little bit deeper because you're so
to
small.
my waist.
Yeah, it's not great water.
This is gross.
Yeah. You go and look at the scratchings, and there's a lot of stuff saying like rat. Everyone hates rat. Nobody likes rat. Frat boys, not rat boys here. And you can see, like, one of the main things you can see is just a lot of lines on the wall to, like, mark something. Like, mark.
Says frat boys, not rat boys.
Not rat boys. Yeah. And there's just a lot of angry scrawls. Like, a lot of, they hate rat.
This rat person needs to chill out a little bit. Like, do you see this? Do you read what it says?
Well,
like a mad person.
I mean, my
conversation.
It could be a person. We could be talking to a person whose intellect simply exceeds that of the frat boys, which I feel like is statistically viable.
Mm-hmm.
And also an erstwhile poet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. He was a poet. It's for debate whether or not he knows it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a sliding scale.
There is something poetic to it. You see a lot of stuff about being trapped, about being cursed, about the things like when you can leave. You see the words
when you can leave. Is there a schedule?
No, there's nothing. It's like what will he do when he can leave?
Oh,
and what did we see?
Terrible.
And then you also see the word Toby and the word rat.
Rat,
double.
rat.
And then
and
they're crossed out.
Oh.
Okay,
You
so
see
maybe
the word Toby come up a lot. Like sometimes just the word Toby out of context is on the wall.
my guess is Toby is actually the correct name, and that rat is an appellation of some kind.
I couldn't tell you if he's from the Appalachians.
Yeah, I was just going to say, if we can consider these, we can consider this list of names a sort of Appalachian trail. You perverts. So right in the middle is a refrigerator box that contains a vampire. Essentially, is that
something?
Yeah.
So is it like submerged?
They're pretty
kind of
partially
at this time of day.
They're sleepy.
It's more tall than it is long. Like it's.
Is it a refrigerator box?
It's like a refrigerator box. It's right over something in the center of the room.
Ugh.
As if to hide it, perhaps.
I don't know if I want to wade all the way out there.
It's light. You could
look
easily
at that?
toss it aside.
Yeah, no, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Okay. You take the box off, and honestly, you have never seen a toilet this beautiful.
What?
It's exquisite.
It is, it's a vintage, classy look. This toilet is just this perfect, like ivory creation. It's wondrous to behold. You stand back slightly as you see the toilet, and then you hear suddenly from straight before you rises a figure.
What in the
who could not possibly have been in such shallow water?
Incredible.
And he says, "I knew it. You're here for Rat special toilet."
What the fuck?
I don't even respond. I just turn around and look at the group.
I'm not.
You can't have it. The special toilet is only for Rat.
Well, and as it should be.
It is all I have.
Okay. Well, I mean, we didn't come down to use it, so. I mean, I think it's fine if you have that and we don't.
What do you want?
We were told that there was a rat individual.
You don't call me Rat. Friends call me Rat. You call me by my full name.
Rat.
Rat.
Okay. So, okay. I've not Toby. Toby is also.
Why would you talk of Toby?
Well, I'm going down the list. I just direct his attention to the Appalachian Trail, and I say, listen, all we had, all the information. All the information that we had was over here in these scratchings. I see now. We've worked through the entire list. Now there can be nothing we can say that offends one another. We've reached.
Why would you talk of Toby?
Well, I mean, I've certainly learned my lesson on the Toby issue, and it's
no
not
more
one
talk of Toby.
It's not one that I intend to return to. I feel like the Toby era is over, and now the rat era can begin. Right?
Correct.
Now, is there a lot of? I would say, do these wastrels heap a lot of abuse on you? Rat?
Frat boys are stupid.
Well, I mean, upon this topic, I think there's wide agreement. I mean, in the culture, I think it's easy to find that sentiment echoed.
Frat boys bring Rat food.
Well, this certainly
bring
seems like a plus.
Waffles. Rat prefers pancakes. They always forget.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly worth. It's certainly worth keeping in mind. But is it worth embroidering this level of hostility? I mean, that's the
Rat needs fresh fruit. Rat gets no sunlight.
Here, so
Rat needs vitamin C.
I want to know as much as possible visually about this rat creature. Do we think this is actually a Nos situation, or do we think that this is something else? Because all this talk of fresh fruit doesn't seem to...
appears to be an ugly human.
Okay.
You know, like kind of like a torn shirt that was perhaps purloined from somewhere, rough hewn jeans, like a lot of like matted hair, but missing on the crucial areas where one would want to have hair, or to have no hair at all would be an improvement. Certainly, that's a noble and robust look. But this halfway house is of little aesthetic value.
Can Hugo do a sense life?
Yeah, absolutely. So do you want to? You're going to do a kind of. I'm going to say you're using your insight into this, or would you like to? You could also use your persuasion. If you were willing to talk to Rat for a little while, you could get more of a sense of him and apply your effects that way.
I think that Hugo's not sure whether he is.
Yeah, and that's fair.
So just roll me for now your insight and your arret. Are you going? If you're not going to lay a hand on Rat?
Hugo hasn't actually entered the room. He's back on the stairs because he's a bit of fastidious type. So the water's not something that he's into.
It's so yeah. Go ahead and add a paradox dice for the range.
And that paradox dice just replaces one of the regular dice.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got 3 successes. One crit on the regular dice.
So this is a creature that is alive. It is also a creature that is something else.
Then just Hugo voices it out. He's alive.
Of course, Rat is alive. Rat is a survivor.
Well, and we commend you.
Are you threatening Rat?
We couldn't. Not in his own domain. What madman would do that?
Rat has several knives.
We heard as much. So why do you live here? Why do you live, in literal subjugation? Why not live in a distant toilet?
You tricking Rat?
No. This is a zero. This is the fact zone.
What are you? Vampire?
That's no. I go
human.
Yeah.
Not wizard.
Well,
Rat hates wizards.
I'm a frat boy, obviously. You can just look at me.
Rat hates wizards.
Now that's...
If you see a wizard, you must tell
Rat. Okay. Well, if I turn around, I grip my teeth like, I'm being placed in a very invidious position here.
What's up with mages, I'm sorry, wizards, as you call them? What's wrong with them? Like, why don't you like them?
We're asking for a friend.
Yeah.
So someone's got to roll, I think, a manipulation and persuasion roll to get Rat to talk about.
I can do it.
Hugo's very good at this.
Or do it.
So,
you do it.
Yeah.
Well, now that we know he's not yucky.
Yeah, now that I know that, this is just a person who is just in bad shape. Hugo sort of grits his teeth and steps into the water.
No, wait. Can I part the sea?
That'll show him who we are immediately, though.
Yeah, like we don't want him to know we're wizards yet, because Rat has a problem with wizards.
But he's gonna do such a good job, like talking to him, that I think it'll undo it. He'll think you're
fine.
Just
that's interesting.
If you part the water, especially for Hugo, there's just a lot to like.
That's what I'm saying.
So you could, I would say, use
matter forces.
You can use manipulate forces. You don't quite have enough matter to just move the water itself.
Yeah,
you could perhaps use forces to force it apart with wind, or even gravity.
Yeah.
You could affect the gravity to the point where it's pushing the water apart.
And then Hugo's gonna be all sweet. This is gonna be great.
This is tight. I like
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna part the sewer water.
So that's a vulgar effect.
Being vulgar right now.
I like the idea that Patrick is actually is like trying to establish a moral framework. That is a disgusting thing for you to do, and I am offended.
So one of the issues going to be here, you're obviously going to have to add one for the range. How long do you want this to happen for?
5 years.
If you want it to be for the rest of the scene, that's going to add 3 paradox dice.
Whoa.
Is the box still there?
The box is kind of to the side now. You took it off and threw it to the side.
Is there like
when
a crate
you saw
or something I could set up for Hugo to stand on?
I don't think it would take the weight of a person.
Oh, I was like thinking like, well, maybe just enough for Hugo to come and stand on like a little overturned milk carton or something, or milk crate. Sorry. But if there's nothing in the room, I guess just enough to get Hugo to us, I guess.
In the meantime, Hugo's taking his shoes off.
Yeah. So for a couple of minutes, for 2 paradox dice.
Okay.
So that's going to be 3 total. And presumably you're going to be whispering some occult sayings and bashing your staff on the ground to create this effect. So I'm going to say it's occult and erect.
Okay.
So 7 total dice. And what did I say? 3 paradox dice? I'm so generous.
Yeah, 3 paradox die. I got a... What is this one again? Is this bestial crit?
Yeah. And you got that on a paradox dice?
Or no?
I got that on paradox die.
Okay, so you're going to gain a point of permanent paradox.
Okay, and then I got 3 successes.
3 successes. So that is what you needed. You part the waters as you say these mystical words and inscribe these sigils on the ground. And the waters part before Hugo.
So Hugo was already prepared to step in. He's got like a look on his face. His eyes are closed. And so he takes one step. And as soon as he doesn't feel any wetness on his feet, he just shines like he's so happy and delighted by this. And just approaches Rat and just starts to turn on the charm. Mr. Rat.
Rat falls back onto his haunches. He says, "Wizards!" and pulls out 2 knives.
Okay.
Like shivs more than knives, like clearly made himself.
So can I attempt to ease Mr. Rat?
Sure.
Like maybe using some
20,000 volts.
I've got 4 in persuasion.
So do you want to do this? Do you want to just try and talk him down, or do you want to use your mastery of mind magic?
I think I want to actually just try and talk him down.
Okay, sure. So I'm going to say you're going to use your charisma and your persuasion.
Okay.
Because you're not trying to manipulate him; you're trying to get him to like you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 7 dice.
Yeah.
No paradox here.
No, not for mundane action.
No magic here.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is just talking.
This is just Hugo cranking up the charm.
I have 1 crit and 2 successes.
Damn.
Okay, so that's almost enough. You can choose to. I was going to say you needed 4 because Rat fucking hates wizards.
Well, he's got 2 knives out.
You could succeed at a cost, or you could burn a willpower point to reroll up to 3 dice.
Let's burn a willpower.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, and Marjory, you got 3 of your willpower back because you had a good night's sleep.
Oh, cool.
No more successes.
Situation. No more successes. Okay, so unfortunately at this point, I'm going to say you can either burn a willpower again, or you can succeed at a cost.
Or you can not succeed.
Let's go for willpower again.
Okay.
Let's do it. So 3 dice again?
Yeah. Any 3 dice.
2 successes. 2 more.
Hey, now we got it.
So how do you approach Rat? What do you say?
Carefully.
Just like, Mr. Rat. We're here to help. Like, who hurt you?
What's the C part?
Rat.
Yeah,
That's
right.
The C part.
Wizards hurt Rat. Wizards curse Rat. Stay in the basement.
Who are these wizards? Where are these wizards?
I say, I turn to Marjory and I just arch an eyebrow, like I think I know what kind of wizards. Your people, basically, is what I'm getting at, and
you people,
your people,
what?
Book people.
I could have a conversation with Gilgood about it.
All wizard, dark robes, no face, curses rat.
That's kind of old school.
Rat has to stay, has to guard the magical toilet until can only leave if with someone who loves rat.
That's
shit. I said it out loud, like, oh shit.
Nobody loves rat, least of all Toby.
Can I so I think it was my time and life combo. I can tell the past of a person.
Let me see if I can just get it out of him.
Yeah, just pry it out.
Yeah, like you still got the charm offensive happening here. Like, how long have you been here?
Yeah, tall black robes, really? It's like
he points at the wall where he's marked off the days.
How many days is that?
So it's been months. There's a lot of marks there. You could add them up and get the total number could be more than a year.
It ain't a couple.
Yeah.
Okay, so
he was here when they moved in. All of these problems were here when the frat boys arrived.
Right. So the previous, exactly. So it's good. There's going to be there could actually still be an order record of this. My suspicion is that this sort of thing gets written down somewhere within the Order of Hermes. That's just my guess. Seems like something they would do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want me to see if I can see his past through him, let me know.
Yeah, that's definitely on the table. That's a super interesting use of your power.
And I got that lucky charm.
Water?
Yep.
But what's the reason for all the water?
Keeps people out. Keeps people away from Rat's magic toilet.
You keep mentioning Toby. Who's Toby?
Don't speak of Toby.
Toby's connected to this. Toby's connected to all this.
Is he your friend?
He was Toby. Toby was Rat's friend.
When was the last time you saw Toby?
When Rat became big.
Okay.
You were
Rat lived with Toby in Rat's lavishly appointed luxury apartment cage. And Rat got too big and ran, and Toby never came to find Rat. And then the wizard found Rat.
Oh man.
I'm very sorry to hear this, Mr. Rat.
Rat thinks of Toby every day.
Do you have any idea where Toby is now?
No. Toby Chepstow.
Chepstow?
Toby Chepstow. That is Toby's full name. As Rat is Rat.
I'm just gonna. Do I have any bars?
Yeah, you got bars down there.
Okay, I just I pull out my phone. I see not a wand. See, not magic. And then I'm just gonna do a quick search for this Toby person. Now that I have the last name.
Okay, so you
see,
you find 10 to 15 Toby Chepstows in Washington State. There are actually 5 in Seattle proper.
Oh, perfect.
It's difficult to tell which one you're looking for.
Can while this is happening, can Hugo do like a visible medical checkup on him? Is he injured at all?
Yeah.
Is he suffering from anything currently?
He seems to be in fine health.
Okay.
He's strong and wiry looking. He's very, very thin.
Okay.
But it's sort of sinewy.
All right, I want to see his past if I can.
We're gonna have to. So I mean, this is twisting your head around, right, Marjory?
Yeah.
Like, so do we think Rat was an actual rat,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is some
I think
Pinky the
Toby
Brain
was his
stuff.
owner. I think Toby was his owner.
Yeah, but like a boy.
Yeah. What should I what do I roll for this?
Okay, so I'm just going to say that is let's look at your sheet.
Sad character backstory. That's
character
3,
backstory.
and then
So past and future sense is 2, and I'm going to say that is what you are going to be using. So yeah, go ahead and give me an arret plus your streetwise plus arret. You're going back quite far.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say you need 3 paradox dice.
In addition to the 3 permanent.
Yeah. So this is a pretty brutal roll. And you're either going to have to touch rat, or you're going to have to add another paradox dice for a complete 7 paradox dice. An entire pool of paradox dice.
Oh, to yank his...
What's my bonus from the boost?
The bonus is that your critical threat is doubled.
You're more likely to get a crit, which means more successes.
Okay.
So yeah, if you get a 10 or a 9, counts as a crit.
That's right. Okay.
How bad do you want to get that touch? Because I can attempt some mind stuff to soothe him a little bit.
Rat seems to be at this point is more sad than anything else. He doesn't look like he's trying to.
They're there.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up slowly, and I mean I'm a little girl, right? So I don't look threatening, hopefully. So I'm gonna just kind of try to comfort.
It's possible you can remind him of Toby.
Oh.
The childhood.
Right? I don't know if that's bad or good, but
I know we don't know.
We'll know soon.
So yeah, like I'll walk up and approach and just kind of, be like, there, it's okay, we're cool. Like,
all right.
And then
now
kind of touch
and
nicely.
Let that edible kick in.
Yeah.
And hopefully it was the right edible. It was what you needed.
Yeah, hopefully it was the right strain, right? Okay, I got a 9, a 0 on one of the paradox. So I got another permanent paradox.
Well, you might have a paradox crit.
Is that what that is?
Oh, if you've got a crit and part of it is on a paradox dice, you have a paradox crit.
Okay, so yeah, I have one of those, and then 2 more successes that are just normal.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. Am I going to blow up?
Here's the good news.
Oh God.
You succeed on your roll.
Okay.
Yay.
The bad news is Hugo gets dirty.
The bad news is the time stops. And a figure approaches you, puts a gentle hand on your shoulder and says, my dear, my dear, my dear, what kind of magic have you been doing? And that's where we're going to take our break.
I think that you might have indicated yourself to the hall monitor.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Paradox police.
Mm-hmm.